Alright everyone, welcome back to another part. This is part 3 of my Beatles vinyl collection. And we made it to crate 2 behind me, as you can see the space. And this video is going to be Beatles for sale through help kind of era. And yeah, so all these videos will be coming out while I'm in college. So if you're looking for Beatles updates, you can go to my Instagram. I have an Instagram. I'll leave a link below what it is. And I usually try to post my Beatles finds. Usually when I get through the mail, I usually have a family relative take pictures of them, and then I'll post it on Instagram. So you can go follow that. It'll be good. You can check out my past post as well. So to start off, we'll go with a stereo UK first pressing of Beatles for Sale, released in 1964, and it's on the Parlophone label there. And I guess I'll show you the gatefold for those who don't know. And there's the cool gatefold there. Alright. So next we got another Beatles for Sale, but this one's a different cover. It's from Australia. It's kind of a weird cover. I give it that. It's different. I won't say it's better, but it's kind of a weird yellow, off yellow, and just not really the best pictures of the band, but I guess it's them while they're in Australia. So there's the back. Not a gatefold. And it is on the Australian Parlophone label. Alright. This one's a later released UK pressing from 1984, Beatles for Sale. There's the back. And this one's on the black and silver EMI box Parlophone label. So I won't take it out because, again, the record is in the sleeve and I have to take out the gatefold to get to the record. And then, of course, I got the 2012 reissue. And this back picture looks really good compared to the older ones. It just looks more like a photograph, but it's kind of fuzzy, but it looks cool. Alright. So kind of related to Beatles for Sale, same pictures, is the early Beatles, released in 1965, which is Capitol's release of basically the Please Please Me album on the Capitol label. And yeah, this is the first pressing from Scranton, Pennsylvania. And if you're wondering how I know what pressing plant it comes from, if you look in the dead wax of the record, each pressing plant has its own little symbol. So Scranton, Pennsylvania has a triangle with IAM in the middle. Los Angeles has like a 6-pointed star. Jacksonville has a 0. Indianapolis has a I. And then usually the Pittman pressing usually has a P after the matrix number. And if there's any others that I'm forgetting, you can look them up, and then on Discogs they have all the different pressings as well. So this one's an interesting record. It's a picture disc. Yeah, this is kind of an unofficial release from 2000 from France, but I like the picture, so I decided to pick it up. There's the picture again. Beatles riding some horses there. Kind of funny. Alright, this one's interesting. This is the Beatles movie medley, but this is a promotional album here. As you can see at the top, it says for promotional only. And this was released in 1982. Again, a Jacksonville pressing. And this one has the movie medley on the back and the interview on the B-side. So this also came out in a 45 record, and you can tell the promotional ones from the regular releases. If it's a promotional one, it should have the interview, and if it's a regular release, it should have another song on the B-side instead of the interview. Okay, this one's also kind of a modern kind of bootleg, I call it. It's Beatles Live in Paris from 1965. Only like 500 were made, but there's the back. I kept it sealed. It's supposed to be on blue vinyl. I don't know. I might open it one day just to see the blue vinyl, but released in 2016 in the Europe kind of area. Yeah, so I don't know how I feel about these kind of modern, unofficial albums and limited to 500 and stuff like that. I don't know. Okay, so this is probably my nicest version of Beatles 65 in stereo. This one is still in the original shrink wrap. Came with the original inner sleeve, and this one's from even though it says Beatles 65 is from 1964, this was released in like December 64, so it's kind of a fun fact if you didn't know it. And this is a Scranton pressing. And I have a mono copy as well. And there's the back that you didn't see before. Also, an original press. And this one's a little bit a later pressing. Beatles 65 in stereo on the Apple label. So this is a 1971 release from Los Angeles. And this is the Beatles Songbook, Volume 2. So I showed Volume 1 in my previous video, but this one has promo, let's see if I can find it, yeah, promo holes through at the top, so it's kind of interesting. And this was released in 1964 as well. Alright, this one's also another Australian release, Beatles Greatest Hits, Volume 2. Unfortunately, this is not an original pressing. It's a later reissue from 1979 on this weird orange Parlophone label, and I thought that was pretty cool, so that's pretty much why I bought it, so kind of interesting. If I find an original pressing, I'll probably pick it up. Okay, so we're on to Help, the UK version of Help. First pressing of Help in mono, and that's the label it's on. Yeah. And here's another. I'm going to call these UK versions because it has the full tracks and songs, and then the US version has the instrumentals within. But this one is from Germany. There's the back, and this one's on Apple label, and this one's from 1973, so it's on Apple label. Alright, we got another cool picture disc here from the Netherlands, and I wish I could really find this album because it's really cool. It has a shell advertisement on the back, or on the front there, and original copies from the Netherlands from like the 60s go for a lot of money, so this is probably the closest I'll find of that album, but it was pretty cool. Again, an unofficial release, but the cover and the advertisement, pretty cool for me. Okay, and the last Help that I have is the 2012 reissue. Okay, so I transition to next is Beatles 6. I only have one copy of this. It's in mono, but it's a first pressing from Scranton, Pennsylvania, on the Capitol label. Okay, on to the US Helps. This one is a stereo. There's the back, and the reason why this article's here, because this one is a little bit of a label variation. This one has Help above the spindle hole, which is a little bit unique to this one, is also pressed in Los Angeles. So this one is a little bit harder to find, I believe, than just the regular help below the spindle hole. Alright. I'll show you the gatefold on the next one, if you don't know what that looks like. So this one's a mono version of help. Yeah. This one's also a Los Angeles. It's a Los Angeles pressing, but it has Scranton, Pennsylvania labels. It's kind of confusing. There's the gatefold. Yeah. Whole bunch of different variations of US records for sure. I was kind of confused when I was first looking this up, but sure enough, Discogs had a release for Los Angeles pressing, but Scranton labels. Pretty crazy. Okay, so next we got another Beatles help here. This one is from 1965 and also from Los Angeles, but I believe with Los Angeles labels. So, okay, I believe this is the last help here. Yep. This one's in stereo. This one's a later reissue from 1976 on the red-orange Capitol label. So those are all my helps. And next we're going to the Beatles songbook. Not in the best of shape, but I believe I got this for free, so can't complain about that. This was released in 1966, but covering mostly Help and Rubber Soul songs. And the last two are going to be Beatles at the Hollywood Bowl. This one's an original US 1977 pressing. With that label there. This one's a Winchester pressing. And then, of course, I picked up the new 2016 reissue of the album. Kept it in the shrink wrap. Yeah, kept it in the shrink wrap. And the hype stickers came with a nice inner sleeve and gatefold. So, very happy to pick up the new Beatles records and everything. So that will do it with that half of the crate, and the next video will be the other half. That will be Rubber Soul through Revolver with Yesterday and Today albums as well. So thanks for watching. Thanks.